More than 21 years of teaching experience he has. His area of expertise are groundwater modeling, structural design, geographical information system, engineering education, instructional objective, learn-centered teaching methods, instructional planning evaluation, outcome-based education. He has published more than 15 papers in the international and national conferences. He has got several significant achievements, such as organized industrial training programs on GIS and modern surveying for the officers of ONGC, CGWB, and TNSCB engineer scientists. Several others program has been organized by Sir. He has also conducted several training programs. One international training course is coordinated 5 programs, trained around 76 international participants from 20 countries, sponsored by Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. He has also conducted several faculty development programs, industry training programs, etc. He has many sponsored projects to his credit. International project from DST, NRDMS, DST, JSPS, RWE Germany, and total 3 projects to tune of 25 lakhs. And again, he has projects from government agencies, around 13 projects of 115 lakhs. Other industries, SPAC, Tapioca Products Limited, TNPL, Remy Group, 3 projects to tune of 6 lakhs. He has several membership of different societies, such as member in American Society of Civil Engineers, ASCE, and others also. He has many professional services, such as members in the State Committee for Revising Curriculum for Civil Engineering Diploma Courses, member of Board of Studies of WPT and Dr. MGRIT, doctoral committee member in various universities, officer in charge of state maintenance civil, and so many things are to his credit. So this is somewhat brief summary about sir. Again, now I hand over this virtual dais to Dr. Dinesh Kumar sir. Welcome you sir. For over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for a nice introduction. Okay. Very good afternoon, friends. As our people said, I'm going to discuss about guideline for preparation of the question paper. Right? I'm going to share my screen now. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It is visible and your voice level is also good.
Okay, good. So, a small correction. I am associate professor now. Okay.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
It may be some updation is not done.
We downloaded from the website and it is not updated.
Yeah, right. Okay, good. Today we are going to discuss about guideline for setting the question paper. As a teacher, we are simply setting the question paper, but this is the important tool which will be helping us to measure the performance of the students. So we have to take much more care while setting the question paper. At the same time, we have to follow certain guidelines. So guidelines are there. Say if it is a descriptive type items, some rules are there. If it is objective type items, so certain rules are there, right? That and all we have to follow. Okay, here what I'm going to do, I'm going to discuss about, say, what is table of specification, so what is the importance of table of specification, and how we can develop this kind of a table of specification, or otherwise it is called as a blueprint for the question paper, right? And what are the steps involved in the development of the question paper? That is what we are going to discuss in this 1.5 hour session. See, in the education system, we people are talking about quality, quality, quality. Say even nowadays we are focusing much more on the quality in the education system. Say that's what the outcome-based education and it's came this kind of a program. AICTE is emphasizing to conduct many number of programs to improve the quality in the education system. The ultimate aim is to produce more number of quality people from the education system. Say when we are measuring the performance of our students, the tool should be quality one, right? Say then only whatever we are measuring, that will be taken as a whatever if tool is correct, then based upon that we are going to measure, the measurement is also correct. If tool is wrong, then measurement will be wrong. So here tool is nothing but a question paper. As a teacher, we must be strong to prepare a good quality question paper. So whatever we are teaching, that need to be covered in the question paper. If you see the responsibility of the teacher, the adequate understanding of the factors responsible for the defects, right? The proper strategy should be adopted. See, as I say, for example, see what is the difference between the, let me know, what is the difference between the efficiency and effectiveness? There is a two term, the efficiency and effectiveness. Say let me know, or you can put it in chat box. I will see the chat box. I will see the chat box. Let me know. So what is the difference between the efficiency and effectiveness? Not getting any chat box. Chat box is there. Enter show.
Even the participant can unmute themselves and answer directly.
Yeah, you can unmute and you can talk. So what is the difference between the efficiency and effectiveness?
In my view, sir, efficiency is something that out of the input, out of anything, the amount we are going to produce.
Okay.
Right? With respect to the inputs we have. But the effectiveness, whatever we are going to produce, is what is their quality level. So the farmer may be on the quantitative based, efficiency is on quantitative based, and this qualitative measure is effectiveness.
Okay. See the efficiency, say I will give small example. The efficiency is doing things right. The effectiveness is doing the right things. Say for example, there is a two doctors. Dr. A is there, Dr. B is there. Say Dr. A is going to the operation theater and he is carrying the operation and is coming out and telling that the operation is success. Similarly, the Dr. B is also going to the operation theater and he is completing his task and he is also telling the same thing. So if you see the difference, the Dr. A is, instead of bypass surgery, he has done appendix operation. Dr. B assigned the job is, assigned the task is appendix operation, he has done correctly. See, both are well versed in the surgery, but say Dr. A is efficient fellow, but he has not performed effectively. But Dr. B is efficient fellow, but he has performed very effectively. So the efficiency is doing the things right. but effectiveness is doing the right things. As a teacher, to ensure the quality in the education system, you are all efficient people. So you have completed your masters, you have completed your doctorate, right? You are all very efficient people in the education system, but how you are performing, so that is the matter. The effectiveness only will bring the quality in the education system. So all efficient people cannot perform effectively. So with some say some guideline, with the help of the some skill set, you can perform very effectively in the education system. As I said, to improve that the quality in the education system, outcome-based educations, which is focusing on nowadays, especially the NBA is concentrating, they are insisting to go for the accreditation and all, right? Say, especially to improve the quality in the education system. Here, we are measuring through the examinations, we are measuring the students' performance. The students are studying for the entire semester. For example, 6 months period they are studying, but we are evaluating the performance of the students in the 3 hours duration, right? Say when we are measuring it, nowadays what is the trend? Most of the people are not at all concentrating on the throughout the semester. They will be concentrating only on end examinations. They will say they will not be doing any assignments, not be doing any activities, they will not be involving any teaching learning classes, right? Say during the study holiday, just they will be taking a book and just making certain things and just vomiting it in the examination hall. This is what happening. Say because of that, say really the learning is taken places? No. See, just they are for the examination point of view, they are writing something. But say some of the universities they have reformed. Even in our Tamil Nadu, they have changed some norms. Say we have to measure the progress of the students, the performance of the students throughout the semester. So we can say it may be an indirect assessment or it may be a direct assessment. Direct assessment in the sense through the examinations we can measure, but indirect assessment is we can measure the performance by conducting a small group discussion or by say for the classroom performance or some group activities. Through that, our small projects, mini project we can give it. Through that, we can measure the performance of the students also, right? So that and all comes indirect assessment. So mainly the examinations are focusing on the direct assessment. Say here the question paper is the tool. Through the tool, we are measuring the performance of the students, right? Say these examinations, you people are conducting the examinations frequently, even for the formative assessment and summative assessment and everything, right? So you know the difference between these formative and summative and all, right? So it is especially these examinations are measuring the effectiveness of the learning process, especially measuring the effectiveness of the learning process, right? So through that we can measure the learners' performance. Even the learners can ensure say really how much they have achieved, say how much they need to work hard to improve their performance and all they can measure themselves. So it is also the examinations are helping to evaluate the effectiveness of the total education program, right? Say even in the short-term training program, at the end of the short-term training program, we used to conduct the small objective type examinations. Okay, with the help of that, say we can really ensure effectiveness of the training program, right? So these examinations are, say, in the semester in the university and all, if you take, say, we are having a different type of the examinations. As I said, the formative. What is the difference between the formative and summative? What is the difference between the formative and summative? Say, different types of the assessment are there. One is formative, another one is total three types are there. One is preparative, another one is formative, third one is summative. The preparative assessment is to prepare the students for the classroom. Say, for example, today you want to deliver a new content. Then for that, you are measuring the knowledge, the present knowledge of the knowledge level of the students. So, by conducting a small test or by posting some questions orally, you can get the input from the students. Accordingly, you can measure the performance. You can measure the knowledge level of the students. This is nothing but entry level behavior. You are testing the entry level behavior of the students. You are measuring really these students are capable to receive the new content, new concept or not. So this is called as a preparative assessment. You are preparing the students for the new lecture, okay, new concepts. So it is called as a preparative assessment. Then formative assessment is for the purpose of, say, to measure the progress. To measure the progress, we can conduct the, in the entire semester. We may have 2 or 3 formative assessment. With the help of that, we can measure the performance of the students. Right? So this is called as a formative assessment. I'd say the main help of this, main usefulness of this formative assessment is teacher. It is helping the teacher as well as it is helping the students. How it is helping the teacher? Teacher can ensure really whether the concept which I have delivered in the class, whether really it is reached the students or not, right? Or even in the classroom, what you are doing, you are teaching some concepts. After that, to check that you are giving some activity to the students, and with the help of that, you are measuring the performance of the students. Then, or you are ensuring really the concept which the students are not. Or otherwise, you are posting the query and getting the answer from the students. Then you are ensuring really the concept which the students are not. Right? Say this is helping the teacher. If at all not reached, you can change your methodology. Accordingly, you can deliver the content. Okay, this is for the formative assessment. In case of the summative, say if you come to the summative, so the formative already I said it is also helping the students. How it is helping the students? Students can measure himself or herself, say how much percentage of the set objectives are achieved by them. Right? Say how much, say what is the level of the performance? What is the level of the performance? Right? Say where they are lagging. Say if there is any mistakes in the question paper, what you are doing, you are giving a guideline. So you are giving us some tips to them. Say this kind of a mistakes you have done in your answer script. So you can change like this. You have done a mistakes in this portion. You can change like this, like that. You are giving your feedback to the students to improve their performance in the subsequent examinations. Right? This can be done in the formative assessment. But if you come to the summative is at the end of the semester, summative evaluation. See, this summative evaluation is at the end. After that, we cannot give any comments, right? So this kind of a guideline can be utilized for formative assessment. When you are setting the question paper for the formative assessment, this kind of a guideline, how to prepare the table of specification, that or otherwise the blueprint, it will help you. Then you can say some of the institutions will be having a their own see the academic setup, right? Say the autonomous body kind of a thing, right? They will be having. So they can set their own question paper. They can set their own question paper. Summative evaluations. Summative evaluation. They can utilize this kind of a tips, this kind of a guideline to set the question paper, right? Say, as I said, these are the three different types of the assessment. This is diagnostic, or otherwise it is called as a preparatory. Okay, another one is the formative, and another one is the summative. Okay. So here, if you take the assessment, whatever may be, even it may be sometimes the preparatory we can orally we can get it, right? But the formative or the summative and all, we must need some tool to measure the performance of the students. All right. See, that is what we are using the question paper as a tool for the assessment purpose. This assessment instruments may be a different types of their. As I said, it can be generally classified as indirect assessment or direct assessment. And in the direct assessment, we will be doing the test and all, right? The performance measures, observations, surveys, and group evaluation, this and all comes under the indirect assessment. Okay. Say what it is, what you are seeing in this picture. Can you tell me? Can you tell me what? Is it possible to talk to people? Even I'm not getting any chat box. Okay. Okay, say what you are getting it. Say what you are seeing in this picture. I think it is looking like a one-way.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
Dr. Jyoti.
Yes,
in first picture, the material which is made for this roof
yes,
is prepared, and then second one, this is iron bars,
yes,
which are used in making this cross section type.
Good, madam. Good. Right. So here, if you see, this is in the concrete. Normally, in the civil engineering, we used to tell that the concrete. If you see the concrete, we are manufacturing in this site. So, say we have to take the factor of safety more for this one. In the sense, say we have to say because it is manufactured at the site. Say most of the factors are influencing to degrade the quality. But the steel is manufactured in the industry, so it is possible to improve the quality in the industry. Accordingly, we can we can get the good product of steel. But when we are manufacturing the concrete in the site, a lot of factors are coming influencing in it to degrade the quality. Say sometimes people may pour more water, or they will not measure properly. They will not provide a proper cover. They will not vibrate it properly. So because of that, see, the quality will be getting reduced. So for that purpose, we used to take the factor of safety for the concrete 1.5. See, but the steel, the 15%. The factor of safety is considered only 15%. But for the concrete, the 50% factor of safety. In the sense, say we have to reduce the strength of that one. Say in the sense this much we have to reduce. Say for example, 100 kilonewton capacity. Say we have to reduce 50%. It will carry only 50 kilonewton capacity. Like that, we have to assume it for the concrete. Say that in case of steel, we have to reduce 15%. Say like that, the factor of safety is placed. But is it possible to fix that kind of a factor of safety in the question paper? If the question paper is not correct, Say, is it possible to put this kind of a factor of safety? Say they always our teacher will be setting some flaw questions, so we can put some factor of safety 1.1, 1.2 like that. Say if any person is securing 80%, 80 marks, then put into 1.2, then you will get accordingly you will raise the marks for that one. Is it possible to do like that? It's not at all possible. Right? So as a teacher, we have to take most care and set the proper question paper. Say there should not be any flaw. In the sense, there should not be any flaw in the question paper. Right? Okay. See, one person is getting 80% of the mark. What it means? What it means? One person is getting 80% of the mark in the examination. What it means? Not only 80 marks, it may be 70 marks or 90 marks, or it may be 100 marks. So what it means? What is your inference from that? Hello, anybody? What it means? Say one person is getting 80% of the marks. What it means? Anybody?
It means he or she has presented very well in today's scenario, sir, actually. And his or her presentation skills are good, as well as he is also having some knowledge also. But generally, way of presentation matters actually. If we know but we don't want how to present, then things will go wrong. They will not make that much impact, and percentage will vary. Yeah.
Okay. Say the one person is getting this much marks, right? Say it may be 80 or 60, 70, whatever may be. Say here, say you are interpreting, say the 75% and all above. If you say you are telling that it's a distinction and all, right? That is the inference we are putting in. But so what it is actually, he has achieved the 75% or 80% of the set objectives in the question paper. So each and every subject is having some content, right? Say for each and everything is having some certain outcome, right? Say 80% in the sense, yes, 80% of the set objectives on that particular subject has been achieved by him. Say when you are setting the question paper, how you are setting? You think over it. When you are setting any question, say how you are. Your question will be having two terms, right? So your question will be having two terms. One is your question will be having two terms. Let us say define force. Let us say define bending moment. Define bending moment, right? Say here. Say this is your question. Say this is talking about, this is the bending moment is the content. This portion is talking about the content part. Say this is another part is talking about the skill. All right. Say this is another thing is talking about the skill. It may be a ability. It's nothing but ability, right? Ability of the students to perform in what level. Okay, this is talking about the ability. This ability is nothing but, say it may be a drawing ability or definition ability or explaining ability, or it may be a for example derivation ability, that kind of a thing, right? Say what kind of ability. Say this ability will be having a different level, right? That level and we will discuss a little bit later. Okay, so when you are setting, see each and every subject is having objectives. You are setting the question by focusing those objectives, right? See, when one student is getting 80%, in the sense 80% of the set objectives on the particular question paper is achieved by the students. Particular subject is achieved by the students, right? Okay. What are the generally you tell me? What are the feedback you are receiving from your students after writing the examinations? Say most of the teachers, most of the students will be coming and they will be complaining to the teachers about the question paper. Sometimes it is tough, so difficult and all. So, what are the frequent complaints you are getting from your students? Can you list it? What kind of the complaint you are receiving from your students? That is my question. What kind of a complaint you are receiving from your students? Anybody? What kind of a complaint you are receiving from your students after writing the examinations? Make it
So
fast.
sometimes in theoretical subjects, to say in which numerical portion is less, they say question paper is lengthy, and in numerical subjects they say that it was very tough and there were so many numericals.
Okay.
So
anything else? Then normally after the examinations, you will be getting a complaint from your students. Says the time is not sufficient. So I could not answer for all the questions. I have written only for the 4 chapter, 4 unit. I have answered 4 questions only. I have answered 1 unit. I have not touched. So like that, you will be getting a complaint. Sometimes you will be getting a complaint like that. Say it is out of syllabus, right? This portion not at all available in our curriculum, in our syllabus. So it is out of syllabus. Like that, you will be getting, right? Say you will be mostly you will be getting this kind of a complaint. Say the partially it is already taught in the classroom or partially not taught in the classroom. That kind of then the examination was very easy. Sometimes you will be getting it. Sometimes it's very difficult. Like that you will be getting question. Say this kind of a different kind of a complaint you will be getting from the students. So what is the reason for it? Say why it is this kind of a complaint you are receiving it? Say time is not sufficient, the question paper is tough, and say it is out of syllabus. Why this kind of a thing you are getting it? What is how to avoid this one? How to avoid? See how to avoid only we are going to discuss. Okay. So for fun, I have added some of the images. You can see this one. You can see this is one comedian picture. When our students are facing in the examination or say when they are seeing a good question paper, easy question paper, then reaction will be like this, right? They will be very happy in the classroom, in the examination hall itself. They will be very happy. Because the question, whatever they have studied, they have got it, so they will be very happy, right? Say at the same time, when the question paper is tough, then their reaction will be little bit different, right? Say each and every people will be seeing their face on. Say they will not be focusing on the examinations. They will be seeing one another, right? Say their reaction will be different. Okay. See, these are some comedians in South India that I have taken. Okay, this is even the good student. Say when they are attending the tough examinations after coming out from the classroom, if you ask them, see how they have attended the examination and all, even they will not be answering. Say, I have written somewhat. Say, I don't know, sir, whether I will get the pass mark or fail mark. I don't know, sir. It is, say, even the good students will be reacting like this, right? So, see, it's very, see, what is the reason behind it? Okay, just for the fun, I have brought this kind of a thing. See, the main thing is the validity is missing. The validity is missing in the question paper. The question paper is the tool which is measuring the performance of the students. That question paper is not a valid tool to measure the performance of the students. So, validity is missing in the question paper. Let us see how to ensure the validity in the question paper, right? Say you are all engineers, you are all the teachers, you are all very good in the imagination, right? Here, I'm having a three say different kind of tools are available to measure the any length of the object. Say for example, sometimes you may use the steel. It is manufactured by the steel. If you take this and all manufactured by the steel, right? Say this is manufactured by some leather material kind of a thing, but it will not extend, but it's a leather material kind of a thing, right? Say not a leather, rexine, let us say rexine kind of thing. Then this the steel, it is manufactured by the steel, right? Say, let us assume you are having a measurement tool which is made up of by the elastic. The material is made up of by the elastic, right? Say will you get the same measurement for each and every time? Say for example, I'm giving this elastic tape to person A. The person A is getting some the person A is what actually measuring it. So he will be getting some value. Then I'm giving the same elastic tape to the person B. He will be measuring and he will be getting some other value. There will not be any concurrent value. Alright? See, the measurement will be differ because it is made up of by the elastic. Say this is at all not at all a valid one. How the result will be a valid one? So this tool should be a valid one, right? Say it should be a valid one. Say here, as I said, your tool is not a valid one, then whatever you are inferring with the help of that one, whatever you are measuring with the help of that one will not be a correct answer, right? So your tool should be good, right? Then only whatever you are inferring, that will be correct, right? See here, the tool is nothing but a question paper is the tool. With the help of that, we are measuring the performance of the students. Say the performance of the students based upon their marks, we are inferring. That inference should be good, should be correct. For that purpose, the tool should be correct, right? We have to avoid the ambiguity in the question paper. For that purpose, we have to ensure the validity in the question paper. The validity in the sense, validity is we are having a different types of validity. In that, content validity, criterion validity, construct validity. So these three are the types of the validity. In that, say if you take the content validity is the mostly dominating for the setting the question paper, right? So we are going to discuss only about the content validity. See, this is the most relevant type of the validity for the purpose of the measurement. This is the most relevant type of the validity for the purpose of the measurement of the academic achievement. In content related validity, this is nothing but a content related validity. The validity which is used to is for the purpose of the measurement is called the content related validity. Say that is what. Say once you ensure the content related validity, that alone sufficient to ensure the quality in the question paper. Right? How do you know what kind of a question paper? Say whether your question paper are valid or not. Right? So you are setting a question paper for the formative assessment, or you are setting a question paper for the summative assessment. So how do you know whether your question paper, what you said, are valid one or not? Say your question paper is validity. If it is having a content validity, then it is a valid one, right? Okay, how to ensure the content validity? See, this is, as I said, the table of specification. The table of specification is ensuring the validity in the question paper, right? Say If table of specification is ensuring the validity, once table of specification is good, then automatically it is ensuring the validity, then your tool will be a valid one. Then with the help of that, you can conduct the examinations and all. Then whatever you are referring, then you will be getting a good quality one, right? Say the quality can be achieved with the help of that one, right? Say, let us come to the table of specification. What is table of specification? Say this table of specification is nothing but, say this is the guideline, which is it's a two-dimensional table. Actually, this is a two-dimensional table which is giving a guideline to the teachers to set the question paper, right? So this is, we can say, it can be, some people are calling it as a blueprint, or for the setting the question paper, right? Blueprint for setting the question paper, or sometimes it is called as a test plan or test matrix or test specifications, like that. Say this is nothing but a table of specifications, right? Otherwise it is called as a table of specifications. Here it is helping the teachers to align the outcome, instruction and assessment. That is the specialty of this one. Say outcomes should be aligned, right? Say it should be aligned, right? Say with the instruction. Say your each and every subject is having its own outcome. You are delivering to achieve those outcomes. You are preparing the content based upon those outcomes. Then you are delivering it in the classroom, right? So whatever you are delivering, that need to be tested, right? These outcomes need to be measured, right, in the question paper. So then only we can avoid, say this is out of syllabus, that kind of issue will not be coming. Okay. Say it is a two-dimensional table. As I said, it's a two-dimensional table. This needs to be prepared. Even if it is a formative assessment, we can prepare this kind of a two-dimensional table, right? Say which is relating the outcomes as well as the content. As I said, the outcomes and the content. It is nothing but the ability, okay, ability of the outcomes and the content, right? Say actually this is relate the content and ability. This two-dimensional table is relating the content and abilities. Outcome is mainly on the based on the ability, right? Say we will be having a different level of the outcomes. It may be a basic level, or maybe some higher order domain, or say different kind of the different level of the outcomes you may have. Actually, the learning will take places in the three domains, right? Say one is the cognitive domain, another one is psychomotor domain, another one is affective domain, right? The cognitive domain. Say if we come to the cognitive domain, say it is based upon the classroom lecture. It is a knowledge-based one. It's a knowledge-based one, right? Say the learning will be taking places in the brain, actually in your brain. Okay, say by listening the teacher's material. So the teacher is teaching in the classroom. By listening that one, the learning will take place on the cognitive domain, right? Then psychomotor domain. In the psychomotor domain, say it is mainly skill based. Psychomotor domain is basically skill based. By doing the things that students will be learning. Say in the laboratory and all, the students will be performing their exercises. With the help of that, the learning will take place, right? That is, learning is taken places in the psychomotor domain, right? Say by doing this thing, they indirectly the affective domain, right? The behavior of the students will be getting changed, right? So how the exposure of the students will be getting changed, right? That is, the learning is taken places in the affective domain, right? Say this is based upon the affective domain. Okay, this is the behavior on the this is affective domain, right? So knowledge, skill, and affective domain learning will be taken places, right, in the cognitive domain, psychomotor domain, and affective domain. The behavioral changes will be coming. Okay, see these when you see here the cognitive domain can be measured with the say in the cognitive domain as per the Bloom's taxonomy. Already Dr. Giridharaman might have discussed about this Bloom's taxonomy. In that we are having a different level, right? Say in the cognitive domain, to measure the ability of the outcomes in the, especially in the cognitive domain, we are having a different levels, right? Say based upon that, say this can be set. Okay. Say this blueprint, where this term has come. Initially, this blueprint term, say you might have heard about this blueprint. Normally, when we are constructing the houses, we used to get the approval from the concerned division, right? From the government, we have to apply and we have to get the approval from them, right? From the local body or some development authority, we have to get the approval to construct the building. So for that, we used to prepare the blueprint and we have to submit. We will be submitting that one. Then we will be getting an approval for that one. Right? This is once. What is the why it is called as a blueprint? Say once it is that is a standard one. Say once we get that one, we have to stick on to that one. There should not be any deviation. That is what. Right? Say if you set this much setback for each and every side, 5 feet setback like that. If you plan. If you prepare the planning and that, accordingly we have to execute in the field. We should not deviate in the thing, right? So that's what is called as a blueprint. Initially, it came in the automobile industry. Then it is came to the construction industry and all. So now we are using it, the table of specification, or otherwise it is called as a blueprint, right? So, which will be having a detailed plan of action. This will be having a detailed plan of action. And that is the specialty of thing, right? So who will use this blueprint? Say, as I said, the construction industry. Now in the education industry, if we come to the education industry, we will discuss about the education industry. Here, we people are using this kind of a blueprint, our administrators are using, and researchers are using, and teachers are using for preparing the question paper and all, right? Say, as I said, the main purpose of this blueprint in education is to provide. This is acting as a signboard. This is nothing but the blueprint. Otherwise, it is called as a table of specification. This is nothing but which will be acting as a signboard for the teacher as well as the students and also for the question paper system. So, as say, if as a teacher, if you have a blueprint, based upon that you can prepare the question paper, right? Similarly, this will be helping the students say how much percentage of the higher order level questions will be asked in the unit 1, like that they will be having a clear-cut direction. Similarly, our question paper setter will also have a clear-cut direction about this particular subject. So, which is actually meeting the curriculum expectations and learning outcomes. With the help of that, when you are doing that one, say that you can avoid the ambiguity in the question paper. At the same time, we can ensure the validity in the question paper, right? So whatever we are teaching, that need to be tested. When you do like that, when you focus like that, we can avoid the out of syllabus questions and all, right? Okay. Then, as I said, the blueprint for test or examination is also known as table of specification, say, which is providing the examination strategy. Let us see how to prepare this one. It is okay. It is in the form of tabular form. It is in the form of matrix. Say, let us see what it is. Okay, this is normally what we are doing. Say as I said, each and every subject is having some outcomes. As a teacher, we are focusing on those outcomes and say that's what, say, for each and every content we used to prepare some outcomes. You will be what kind of outcomes you are going to deliver this one, right? Say at the end of the class, our students will be able to demonstrate, or our students will be able to draw and calculate shear force and bending moment for the particular beam and so on. Right? So each and every class you are teaching certain thing which is having a certain outcomes. That outcomes need to be tested. That need to be tested in the examinations. So this say once it is matching, which with the help of that we can avoid the ambiguity in the question paper, right? Say sometimes what is happening, teacher is different, question paper setter is different, even question paper setter is not at all having an idea about that particular subject. Say so he is simply setting the questions, and sometimes more number of questions is coming from the same unit and less number of question is coming from the other units. There is no proper weightage for each and every unit. This kind of ambiguity is coming, and sometimes the length of the in the sense duration is getting also not sufficient for the student. So as the question paper setter must have a clear-cut idea about this particular table of specification, and say if this table of specification is prepared, if it is available in the curriculum, it's well and good. We can make use of it. If it is not available, then we have to prepare it, right? Say nowadays some of the universities, they are preparing their own, say some deemed universities or some autonomous bodies. They are having the syllabus. They are preparing the curriculum. While preparing the curriculum, they can add this kind of a table of specification. They can prepare and they can add it with each and every subject. But if it is not available, no need to worry. As a teacher, you can prepare table of specification for your own subject, right? Okay. Say the type of, as I said, it's a two-dimensional table. This is focusing on the ability. Another one is focusing on the content. Say one way, two-dimensional. One dimension is talking about the ability. Another dimension is talking about the content. Content is unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, like that. You will be having a content. The ability is in which level? Say different level of the cognitive domains. Different level of the cognitive domains, right? Okay. Say here we have to give the weightage. We have to give the weightage for the different units, and accordingly we have to focus on the ability, right? So you know the Bloom's taxonomy already discussed. Anyway, I'm just for your remembrance purpose I have brought here. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. These are the different level of the Bloom's taxonomy, especially on the cognitive domain, right? On the cognitive domain. Remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. Say these are all, let us say these are all the lower order ability. This is called as a remember and understand is the basic level. Okay, this is called as a lower order ability. Lower order ability, right? LOA, lower order ability. The apply, from the apply analysis, this and all, we can say this and all, everything can be called as a higher order ability, right? Higher order ability. Okay. So this is even apply, we can remove it. Say the application up to this. This is higher order ability. Okay. Analysis, evaluate, create. Top 3, bottom 3. So in this like that we can classify lower order ability and this are the higher order ability. Okay. Now, say generally we can, if you see this is the table, this is the table of specification. This is the two-way matrix. See here the content will be listed. Here the content will be listed. But here you will be having the ability, the remember ability levels, right? Say understand, application, and other higher order abilities, right? Say like this. Say remember, understand, application, and other analysis, evaluation, create, and all will be coming into this one, right? Say here, if you see as a teacher, we have to decide how much percentage of the weightage can be given at remember level, how much percentage weightage can be given for the understand level, and similarly in the application and other higher order abilities, right? See, this is how we have to as a teacher we have to arrive it, and we have to accordingly we have to set the question paper. Okay, say this is normally we used to set it for the 100 marks. Then we will try to distribute this one for each and every unit. Okay, say you know, say here we have to give the weightage. Say when if the table of specification is not available with the subject with the curriculum, then you will be preparing based upon this factors. Say these are the 4 factors. Based upon these factors, we have to prepare the blueprint for your subject, table of specification for subject. So these are the factors which are all influencing, right? How important is each area in the total learning experiences, right? Say some of the concepts are very important. Say based upon the importance of that content or particular unit, you have to give the more weightage, right? Say then how much time was devoted to each area during the instruction, right? So how much time is devoted, then, and which outcomes have the greatest retention and transfer values. Say some of the fundamental knowledge that our students should possess always. They should not forget throughout their career. Say that kind of outcome we have to give the more weightage, right? Then what relative importance do curriculum specialists assign to each area? See, based upon this thing, we have to categorize, we have to give the more weightage for the particular unit, right? Okay. For example, here I have taken one question paper. In this question paper, if you see which is having 5 units, in this the units names are listed. So based upon these factors, it is decided 15% of the weightage can be given for the first unit. Similarly, second unit is also carrying the same 15% of the weightage, but the third unit is carrying the 20% of the weightage, and other 2 units are carrying the 25% of the weightage. So this is see here first 2 units are having a 15% weightage, but last 2 units are having a 25% weightage, more weightage for the 4th unit and 5th unit. Okay, so as a teacher we have to decide say which are all which unit will be having a more weightage. Sometimes say in your question paper here in Anna University, say they will be used to give the either or pattern. Say unit 1, unit 2, say some of the university they will be setting a question paper like either or choice, right? Say in the unit 1 itself they will be asking 2 questions on either or pattern. So then it will be the pattern, you can check the pattern, right? How much weightage they have given for each and every unit. From that also you can arrive at. Say unit 1 and unit 2, if they have asked either or pattern, then there will be some unit same weightage for each and every unit, right? Say then it is changed as a 20 units, right? 20 unit, 20 marks will be coming. It will be a 20% weightage. Here also 20% weightage. So for each and every unit will be having a same weightage, right? So okay. So if we decided like that, then how to distribute this thing to different levels? That is the important, right? Say how to distribute this thing to the different levels of the taxonomy, right? Remember, say here for example, 15% of the weightage is given for the first unit. How much percentage can be transferred to the remember level, understand level, and application and other higher order domains? Say, as a subject matter expert, say based upon seeing the content, say you have to decide how much percentage of the questions can be asked in the remember level and understand level and application level, right? Say for example, in the remember level here 7% of the questions, and understand level 8% of the questions, and application higher order domain first 2 units it is not covered, but the 4th and 5th unit is actually it is advanced one. So the more number of questions are asked in the application and higher order abilities. So the weightage is also more, right? Say this is the table of specification for this particular subject. Okay. Say this is the 20, 45, 35, the 20% for the, if you see similarly, you have to distribute this thing for the entire units. then for each and every unit, then if you, in total, if you see 20% of the weightage for the entire question, the 20% of the weightage is given for the remember level, and 45% is for the understanding level, and 35% for the higher and application level, higher order domain and the application level of the cognitive domain, right? Okay, so these are on the weightage. We have to, based upon this, say this is the blueprint. Once the blueprint is prepared, we have to stick on to this one. Say you can conduct many number of examinations, but there will not be any change in the blueprint. There will not be any change in the blueprint, in the sense the table of specification, right? Say there will be a change only in the question. Say in this year you are preparing the question paper. Say in that also you have to give the 7%. 7% of the questions should come in the remember level, and 8% of the questions should come in the understanding level, right? So there should not be a shift from here to here, right? This is the blueprint. Blueprint in the sense, this is the table of specification. You have to stick on to this one. Okay. Say you can change the question paper 1, question paper 2, question paper 3, but whatever may be the question paper, it should carry this much percentage of the question paper, this much percentage of the questions should come from the application level, means that much percentage of the question should come, right? Okay. Say because you have to stick on to this table of specification, right? So as I said here, for this particular subject, which is 35% of the questions are from the application level, 20% in the remember level, and 45% in the understanding level. So as I said, the question will change whenever you set a question paper. The question will change, not the blueprint. Yeah, we can change the question, but we should not change the blueprint, right? Once you prepare the blueprint based upon this content, if you prepare the blueprint, then you have to stick on to that one. You can change the questions, but that will not be. You can say if you feel to revise your blueprint, you can revise it, but say we have to stick on to that blueprint, right? Say if it is available in the curriculum, say well and good. If it is not available, you have to prepare. Even it is available in the curriculum, it will be available for the entire 5 units. But in case of the formative assessment, when you send the formative assessment, you may prepare the question paper for the first 2 units or first 3 units. That time you have to prepare this kind of a table of specification. Then you prepare the question paper. So let us see what are the steps involved in the preparing the question paper, right? Say most of the people are thinking that when I say write the question paper or prepare the questions for the formative assessment, what they are doing, simply they are taking a content, just they are collecting the questions from the different books. This is what they are doing, right? Or from their notes they are preparing the questions. So it is preparing the question paper is not collection of various questions. Please remember, it's not collection of various questions. So what outcome you are going to test, on which content you are going to test, that is need to be listed. That is very, very important. The step 1 is list the content to be tested. What kind of content need to be tested, right? Say these are the unit 1, these are the content I want to test, these are the unit 2, these are the content I want to test. Like that, you have to list it out, right? Say like this. Say for example, let us assume, say here we are going to set the question paper for the first 3 units, right? Say in the 3 units, these are the topics are there. So then how much percentage weightage you are going to give? Say let us say the 30% of weightage for the first unit, and say 30% for the second unit, and 40% for the third unit. Okay, this is for the 100 marks. Then how much marks? Accordingly, how much marks? Okay, for example, my question paper is going to carry only 50 marks. It's a formative assessment, only 50 marks. So, okay, you distribute accordingly based upon this percentage, you distribute those marks, right? Then the step number 2 is determination of learning outcomes and its level. That is very, very important. We have to determine the learning outcome, right? Say we have to list the learning outcomes, right? Say we have to determine the learning outcomes and its level, right? Say for example, say in the level of the taxonomy, say if you see remember level, understand level, apply and IRR level, say this much percentage, say maximum will be covered in the understand level, say minimum in the remember level, and apply and IRR domain. Say normally you can give the weightage 20 to 30% of the weightage can be given for the higher order domain. Apply and higher order domain, you can give the weightage for the 20 to 30%. The remaining thing you can split accordingly, right? Say how based upon this thing accordingly, this is 100 marks. Say actually 100%. Actually, you are preparing the question paper for the 50 marks. Based upon this percentage, you can distribute those marks, right? Then step number 3 is to determining the different form of the questions, right? Say determining the different form of the questions, right? Say here they're determining the different form of the questions in the sense here. Say we have to list it. Say what kind of type of the questions. So what is the different types of the questions and say what is the marks, right? Say first of all we have to decide, right, the question paper pattern. Say in the university question paper pattern will be different, and when you are conducting for the assessment you will not be giving that much choice. Then your own pattern will be there for the assessment, or some guideline will be there for the formative assessment. That kind of questions you have to plan it, right? Say for here, for example, short answer 4, and then each carry the 4 marks, and essay type actually 3 number of questions, each carry 8 marks, and 1 mark questions 10, each carry 1 mark. Say like that. Say here number of questions are planned. Then you can allot the marks accordingly. You can allot the marks for that one. Accordingly, you can calculate the percentage for that one. Then step number 4 is the distribution of the questions for each unit. We have to distribute these questions. Say here we decided for the entire question we must have a 3 essay type and 4 short answer question and 10 1 mark questions. How to distribute these questions into the unit wise? Right, that need to be done. Okay, these are the steps involved in the setting the question paper, right? You have to distribute these marks, this number of questions for each and everything, right? Say for example unit 1, say say here actually normally we are having a 3 no, here 3. Say in this here in the previous 3 4 10 we decided, right? Say 3 here, so 4 here 10 it's decided. Say unit wise we can distribute each unit will be carrying a 1, and here first 2 units is 1 and the last unit is 2. Then similarly the third one is, say likewise we can distribute, right? Okay, say number of question we are getting it here. Accordingly marks you can arrive at. So this is the 4th step. Then 5th step is distribute question based on the level of the outcomes based upon your table of specification. This is how. Say say you have prepared the table of specification. Say in the table of specification already you decided. Say 5% of the weightage need to be given in the remember level. The 30% of the weightage will 30 marks will be given in the understand level, and similarly remaining thing for the application and the higher order domain. The 15 marks. These are the amount of percentage. These are the marks. Say accordingly you can say what is the level of each and every question. Okay, what is the level of each and every question, that you can check it, right? Based upon this level, this is the finalized pattern. Then finally based upon this you can prepare the question paper based upon your table of specification. This is now your table of specification is ready. This is the table of specification. This is the table of specification is ready. You decided remember 5 marks, in the remember level 5 marks, then understanding level is 30 marks, and application and other higher order domain is 15 marks, right? Then you can decide, okay, this application level question I'm going to ask essay type 1 and the short answer questions 4, and objective the 1 mark questions 1 mark question 3. So accordingly you can choose and you can prepare the finally you can prepare the question paper based upon this table of specification, right? Okay. Quickly I'm going to summarize. I'm going to summarize. If you have any doubt, you can ask me later. Okay, after the end of this one, you can ask me. Say here, as I said, first of all, the different levels we are having, and you know the content. You can list the content. Once you know the thing, say you list the content. That is the first step. Then accordingly you decide what is the marks for what is the weightage you are going to give for each and every unit. Then so what are the level of those things, and you can decide and say what is the weightage for each and every levels that you decide. Then accordingly you distribute those questions in this level, right? Once it's over, after you try to prepare the question paper, right? So once these 5 steps are over, then your table of specification will be ready for your question paper, for your formative assessment. Then you prepare the question paper to meet this table of specification, right? Say normally we used to give the activity for the participants. Say you can take, say for example, you prepare table of specification for your curriculum. Say for example, if table of specification is not available with your syllabus or curriculum, then you can prepare table of specification based on your expertise for your curriculum, right? Say then you prepare the table of specification for, this is for the, I said for your, for example, your subject, for your subject, you prepare the table of specification. Then say here the activity 1 is what it is asking, how do you know whether the examination questions you set are valid? Okay, say to check this one, your question paper, say you may take any university question paper, or previously you set some question paper, right? That also you can take it. Just as I said, you prepare the table of specification for your subject based upon the factors. Then you prepare the table of specifications for your question paper. How to prepare this one? Say for example, you will be having a different questions in the question paper, right? Few questions will be coming in the unit 1, some questions are asked in the unit 2, or some questions are asked in the unit 3, so on, like that it's going on, right? So you can categorize, what are the different types of the questions and what is the level of each and every level of the questions, whether it is asked in the remember level, whether it is asked in the understand level, and so on. You try to get it, say what is the level of each and every questions, and you try to check it. Then you decide, say based upon the level, you decide, say also this is for example it is coming in the remember level, so you can add all the remember level, the marks are given, no? Say you can sum it up. Then even if it is a choice, if you have a choice, it will be coming around 120 marks instead of 100, it will be coming around 120 marks, right? Say based upon that you can convert into the percentage, right? Okay, then normally we have to arrive it for the 100%. So we can, based upon this, we can arrive it and say, for example, this is for the unit 1, and say in the remember level, how much percent of the questions asked, say like that, you can arrive it. Say there is similarly, then finally you compare with this table of specification for the subject and table of specification with the question paper. Then easily you can tell, right? Say by comparing this one, you can easily identify, say really, say your previous question paper is achieving the validity or not, right? Say if there is a matching between these two, then it's a valid one. So matching is not there, then it is say normally, say if you see tough questions, or others you can take some tough questions also, some some tough questions, and try to or sometimes we take the easy questions also. Try to do this kind of analysis. So what will happen? Most of the questions will be falling. Say for example, if you take the tough questions, right? Most of the questions, if you take the tough questions, most of the questions will be falling in the higher order domain. See here, the most of the questions will be falling in the higher order domain. See, instead of normally 20 to 30% will be coming in the higher order domain. Application. See, if you see that kind of questions, you will be getting 50 to 60% of the questions will be coming in the higher order domain. Right? See, then this kind of a questions paper, students will be feeling a difficult question paper. See, what happened here in the Tamil Nadu? So a few years back, they have introduced the engineering mechanics for all engineering discipline, right? All engineering discipline. I think in 2005 or something around 2005 or 2006, they have introduced for all engineering discipline in the first year itself. Because introduce subject engineering mechanics for all the disciplines, so the people are very curious on that one, how the question paper will be and so on. Say what happened. Really the first question paper, the question paper was very easy. Really, that question paper was it was easy. Then after completing the examinations, we came to know that that question paper was leaked in some part of the Tamil Nadu. So they have cancelled that one. Then they have conducted one more examinations. If you compare these two question paper, really entail extreme difference, right? In the sense, it is one is very easy, another one is very difficult. The second examination is very difficult. Once you know the concept, then only it is possible to implement, right? Otherwise, it is not at all possible, right? So, a lot of failures came. Most of the people got very less marks, narrow pass kind of a thing in the second examinations, right? Say this is what happened. So, say as a teacher, when you are setting the question paper, say just if you collect only the questions from the booklet, it is not at all possible. Say whether it is it's not at all possible to analyze. Say how whether it is coming from the remember level or application level or understanding level. Say if you are having a clear-cut idea about table of specification, then you prepare the table of specification for your formative assessment or unit test and so on. Then based upon this table of specification, you try to set the questions, right? Say mostly you try to give the depends upon the group, right? If it's an undergraduate, you try to give 15 to 20% weightage for the application and other higher order ability. Or otherwise, if it is a UG, the PG category, then try to give a little bit more application-oriented or higher order questions, right? Okay. Normally, we used to give one more activity also. This group activity 1 and 2 you can carry out yourself. The group activities 2 is talking about, say we used to ask our teachers to collect various questions and in the particular chapter or particular unit, then you fix the level. What's the level of that one? You just those level. Then you can say, say these are all the level, these are all the questions can be asked from the remember level. Like that, they can prepare the question bank kind of a thing with levels. Then easily they can pick it. Then based upon the table of specification, then they can pick it from this group of questions, right? Say I would like to stop here. If you have any clarification, you can ask me. Say these are normally these 2 activities we used to give it for our teachers. Say you may carry out this thing yourself, right? Okay. Say you can do it as a group activity also, right? Like you can in your institution itself, you may join your people, your discipline people can join, 2 or 3 people can join, and you can prepare this kind of activity, right? Say normally it's not possible to do it in the online mode. but you may do it, right? In future, if you have any query, you can related to this table of specification, you may contact me. Okay, my number is available and my email ID is also available in the website. Okay, thank you very much for your active participation. Thank you very much. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for sparing your valuable time.
Thank you.
It's our privilege to have you, sir, in this 1 week FDP on examination reform.
Okay. Any doubt?
Participant, if you have any query, you may unmute yourself and ask directly to sir. Participant, please. I think participants are waiting for lunch. They are hungry, so they are not asking question.
Okay.
Okay. So thank you very much, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
If they have any query, I will share with you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Shalini?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
So dear participant, we have next lecture from 3 p.m. So join before 5 minutes before the schedule of lecture. So thank you very much. And if you have any query regarding setting of the question paper, you may post in the WhatsApp group. If you have any query regarding the setting of the question paper as per the new education policy reform. Okay, thank you very much.